stay cool, and talk to you soon. Once we were made for each other to hold on to. I was carved out of redwood beneath your moon. I was birthed in the mountains under the sun. There we go. Good morning, welcome back to my channel. My name's Grace. If you're new here, welcome. I create content that is non-aspirational lifestyle, weight loss, supplement reviews, primarily Berberine, which is the supplement I've been taking and using to assist me with weight loss. I am currently leaving the gym. I have every other Monday off. Today is one of those Mondays. However, today I do have a photo shoot a little bit out of town. Other than that, I'm glad I got my workout done for the day already. I did legs. I definitely feel like if you're going to tackle a workout on a Monday, legs are the thing to do. I would have filmed, but it is still pretty crowded in my gym. I did sleep in until about 6:30, which normally if I work out on a weekday, I'll get up at 5, and then I'll usually be done around 7:15, getting home, washing up, and getting to work by like 8. It is currently 8:24, and I have a online therapy appointment in about 40 minutes, so I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna just kind of whip something up for breakfast. I'll wash up after, and then I'll get packed up and go to my shoot. And if it takes me about 45 minutes to get there and back, if I leave around 11, so 11, I should be back like no later than 3. I don't know if I've mentioned this on my channel before, but I have diagnosed ADHD. I used to take Adderall. It was still pretty expensive even with insurance, and also because they kept adjusting the dose higher and higher, I had to go in for lab work like every month. And lab work that's not part of your annual exam is expensive, and that was like another $100 an appointment on top of, you know, the medication itself. So anyway, not to get too off track, when it comes to budgeting time, I always thought that like, oh, I don't have time blindness, I'm early for everything. In all honesty, I feel like overcompensating and getting to places like 20 or 30 minutes early is just another form of time blindness, because it's you compensating for the fact that if you don't overshoot it and get there way in advance, that you're going to be late for it. And that's just been the universal truth for me growing up. I would show up to classes like at least 15 minutes early, if not 20 or 30 minutes. And it was this hypervigilance and diligence that kind of continued driving that anxiety related to ADHD. Point being is that I have no idea how long today's shoot's going to take. I also thought I'd be running like way late for my appointment this morning. I made sure to like find my therapist's phone number so I could text her to be like, I'm going to be late. But no, I'm getting home. I'll be home in plenty of time to make some breakfast. This is definitely an example of my not fully being able to calculate time. I also want to get a little microphone, not so that I can do like those trendy mic'd workouts, but I feel like sometimes it would just be nice to be able to do a voiceover and have the audio quality really good. So anyway, that's my spiel for the moment. I'm gonna go eat something, have my appointment, and then yeah, get cleaned up and head out. So we'll probably connect again once I'm back here. Had a really good session. If I didn't fully explain it earlier, I do real estate photography. Usually I'm not shooting, usually I kind of operate more on a bigger picture operations type level. When I can, I like to get out in the field and shoot. Although it is very hot today. I only put on a little mascara because I know if I put on a full face of makeup, it's just going to melt right off. And fingers crossed it doesn't rain, but I'm gonna do all my outdoor shots first when I get there, just in case, and just to kind of get it over with, because I know it's just gonna be miserable. I'm still going strong with my Berberine and apple cider vinegar And I definitely 100% see a difference in my sustained satiation throughout the day. And anytime I do overeat or snack, it's not really for hunger. It's emotional eating. It's out of habit. Another supplement that I have ordered and that I will be talking about in future videos is cayenne pepper. This was kind of inspired by an ad I saw from Mind Body Green. Over the years, I've really enjoyed Mind Body Green. I like their blog platform. I like that they have a lot of very informed writers that work under them, at least when they first started up years ago. Now they've kind of expanded more into products. There was an ad I saw for Mind Body Green, and this product that was their metabolism plus, some sort of metabolism boosting supplement. And in it there was a few things, but what stood out to me the most was cayenne pepper and green tea. And I do have sachets of green tea at home. I have just been kind of bad about incorporating that into my day. Normally by the time I think to drink green tea, it's late in the afternoon, and I know that it'll just keep me up all night. I've ordered, not the supplement I've been talking about just now, but I've ordered cayenne in just a tablet supplement form. Honestly, I should have probably done a little bit better due diligence in looking into it, but I did see some content, specifically like a TED Talk clip that talked about the benefits of cayenne pepper in increasing circulation, the benefits with metabolism. I will work to be more informed. I feel like this should go without saying, but I want to note here that I am not certified, accredited to give any sort of advice on nutrition or supplements. I'm simply letting you all know what things I'm trying, what things I am finding success or failing to meet expectations with. Cayenne, I'm a little bit nervous about. I love cayenne on everything. Like, I don't know where my actual cayenne seasoning went in my house, but I would put it on like eggs, anything that just need a little bit of kick instead of using hot sauce. With the cayenne, I'm a little bit nervous, like in a supplement form, because I could just really see that becoming indigestion really quickly. I would imagine you would want to take it after eating a meal, so you're not taking it on an empty stomach and then just having like fire poops. I don't know if I'm gonna leave that in there or not. I am interested to see how it helps or doesn't help with metabolism, with controlling hunger. It's on its way to my house, what I ordered, and it should be arriving later today. So it's not something I'm going to take today, but I'll start taking this upcoming week. As far as dosage or timing, I am definitely going to look into what's recommended first. I do believe you're supposed to take it with food. I think there's such a huge difference. You're not getting from me. You should have thought to merge a mile ago when it was an easier option. But more importantly, before I start stacking in another supplement, another, not fat burner, but another hunger management supplement, I would really like to first address habits as far as snacking goes. I often get like the most munchiest late in the evening when it's like the hour or two before bed, when we're watching a movie or playing video games side by side. That's when really the cravings for something sweet or salty kick in, and I'm not actually that hungry, and especially taking these supplements, I don't feel physical hunger, but I do feel like this emotional hunger and need to be doing something. And really, I think that's the next thing to address in upcoming chatty content. I'm not opposed to trying another supplement or adding something in, just because, you know, if it helps, it helps. But if it gives me painful indigestion, then there's that answer too, and it was only like a $10 bottle of tablets. I will probably just cut right here and come back to chatting a bit later so I can concentrate on driving, especially because I need to connect to GPS. Yeah. Anyway, chat soon. Thank you. Talk to you soon. Bye. Well, quick update. I got to my shoot and housekeeping had only gotten started just now, which means that it won't be finished for a few hours, and I just don't have time today to hang around or come back because it was about like a 45-minute drive. So, hate when that happens, but it is what it is. Definitely part of the job. And it means that I have a few more hours in my day. So, gonna head on back and maybe get some work done around the house, change out of my uniform. Anyway, no point in continuing to film myself just being quietly frustrated, so. There. Hey, bye, say hi to the camera. I'm back now. I'm microwaving some soup. I wish I didn't do that drive, but it's fine. He's a happy boy, I promise. I feel a lot better. There's the whole second half of the day today to get stuff done. This is Ryan, but his real name is Orion, like from Men in Black. I should have saved that name for an orange cat, but it's too late now. Look at him. He's perfect. Anyone else who has a cat make soup and open the can and their cat comes running? Because that's my life. It's not even anywhere near his dinner time, but he's like, that must be for me. I'm back now. Normally I'd film something chatty in my office where the light's the best, but I just cannot right now. So I'm just gonna take it from a bit more of a comfortable position. I don't know if I'll explain this very well or not, but I have been focusing a lot on minimum baseline over the past few months, since the start of this year. Minimum baseline is a concept I first heard in a podcast from Carol Lowenthal, who is the host of the Un-F Your Brain podcast. It's a life coaching type of podcast. Basically, the concept of minimum baseline is where you identify a habit that you want to improve upon, and you start by doing the smallest amount of that habit that you can commit to. So if that's going to the gym, it's going for maybe like 10 minutes a day for like a couple days a week, and then just once that becomes easy and natural to you, then you go ahead and pick up more time at the gym. And once whatever time you've added becomes easy and natural for you, then you expand on it further until you're there for ultimately however long you were aiming for in your goal. This is also a major component to James Clear's Atomic Habits, which I feel like was the it book of 2020 and 2021. I feel like everyone read that, but if you haven't, Atomic Habits talks about how compounding little actions and consistency in habits ultimately leads you to becoming the person that you want to become. So a lot of it is not so much fake it till you make it, but acting as the person that you want to become, identifying first as that person before embarking on becoming like that person. So let's say you want to be a writer, you have to first identify that you're a writer, and then you act on that and commit to a minimum baseline. So maybe writing a page a day. And once that becomes easy, then you stack on top of it and maybe you're writing like 2 or 3 pages a day. So I've really employed these concepts in the past 6 months with my time in the gym. I've committed to just the habit of going and following the Alive by Whitney programs on the Alive app. By putting in the work into lifting and growing stronger and spending progressively more and more time in the gym, I've been finding that to be a motivating factor for eating higher protein and being more cognizant of my macro intake. Maybe not necessarily aiming for a specific number, but I know that a good target protein amount for each day is your body weight in grams. But basically, I've been giving myself some grace and patience between these different habits, essentially just kind of working towards making a habit stick before I pick the next one and working towards another set of goals. I think that my biggest accomplishment so far in 2023 has most definitely been the consistency that I've had in going to the gym and lifting. I absolutely can lift way heavier than I did 6 months ago. Ultimately, I now identify maybe not as a lifter. I don't know if it's imposter syndrome or if there's some milestone that I'll hit in which I think to myself, yeah, I'm a weightlifter. I don't necessarily have a target identified where I'll reach that and I will feel like I've accomplished that title, but I still identify as someone who goes to the gym regularly and lifts regularly. If anything, I would say I identify as a gym goer. Whereas last year, all of 2022 and the year before that, I don't remember the last time I could, identify as a gym goer. And that almost seems like such a lame and limp title, but it's not about suddenly being an expert at something. It's you have to work your way towards the identity that you want, and that starts with embodying it first. So even though I wouldn't necessarily say I'm a weightlifter, at the same time, back in the days when I was running, and I was running 1 or 2 miles a day, I don't think I identified as a runner until I was maybe reaching like 6 or 7 miles a day. And then I definitely proudly claimed myself to be a runner. I fully anticipate that's going to be the case when I get to a threshold of some sort. I will, I think, have a eureka moment where I can kind of claim that identity. If you're here and you're following my journey, I appreciate you. Hope you stick around, but I feel more accountable to myself in producing content that is leading me through this experience as opposed to having something really catchy and new each time. So I definitely want my content to be informative. If you are on the same journey but maybe a couple steps behind where you might have just started or in your first couple weeks of joining a gym program, then I'm a great channel for you to follow. I would say we're in the same boat. I think the one thing about minimum baseline and habit stacking is that if you don't add to your current level of experience and skill set, if you're not adding to your level of performance and seeking to improve on the consistency that you've been showing up for up until now, then you might start to lose that identity and might start to lose that momentum towards your goal. And I think that is kind of an apex that I've been teetering on recently. I've been doing my, hour in the gym about 4 times a week. I have a pretty regular split, a couple lower body days, a couple upper body days. I think the next step would be maybe not necessarily adding another day, but adding another activity that I am accountable to. So if that is adding in an extra half hour of cardio at the end of each shoot, then I would say then that would be a great stackable habit to add on to what I've accomplished so far. In order to continue feeling that sense of accomplishment, sticking with this 4-day split or the activity level that I'm working with at the moment isn't quite enough, and it's time to layer on something else. But yeah, anyway, kind of was pushing it a little bit by starting to film this while I'm still in a little bit of a funk from earlier, but we can't wait until we're in a great mood to do anything we set out to do. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna hop off for a little bit, pop on a little later. Okay, I just filmed this audio a second ago, but I realized I had the mic turned away. So this is a pair of cargo pants that I recently got from Bershka. It's the cargo pants with the adjustable belt buckles on both sides, and then also, I forget which brand this is from, but just a pair of high-waisted denim shorts that I got from Amazon. So I'll link the products in the description box below, but we'll do a quick try on because tomorrow I am going to self-tan, so probably not the best time for me to do the try on for these. So first, here are the Bershka cargos. I don't know if you can see in this light, but there is the belt detail, and the same on the other side right here. And it's just a pull tab and tightens the cargo, so pretty much the waist is as wide as the rest of the pants around the hips and the booty, but then you just go and tighten it yourself after, so no belt needed. They are pretty long on me. I'm gonna have to hem these up, and I don't think I would wear it with this blouse, but definitely practical if your sizes are changing. Then for the shorts, I'm really happy with this length. It's not like super short, but it's not long. Again, probably wouldn't wear this top, but I would wear something fitted so I could tuck it in. I would say this one is definitely true to size, though. I originally thought, since it was a elastic waistband, that I could probably get away with a size down, but definitely just hoping it doesn't shrink in the wash otherwise. Super cute. Also flicks on those quads. So wrapping up the day, going for a walk outside. I wasn't going to go walking because it's been so hot this week, but I'm only at about 7,000 steps for the day so far, and usually when I'm working I rack up a lot more because I'll be working on my walking treadmill. It's a lot easier to get a higher step count, and today I did take that nap, but I'm just gonna go and get those last steps in. I like to wrap up the day with at least 10,000, if not like 15 or 20,000. Definitely looks and sounds like it's gonna rain. I usually kind of just stick within my own little neighborhood. I don't have a pop socket on my phone right now. It's snapped off in my pocket, so I'm having a little hard time holding the phone for a prolonged duration because I can't hook my hand up behind the phone itself. I have to hold it by the side. I got short fingers, so probably order a new one because that was really helpful. I definitely will let you guys know what comes of taking Cayenne in tablet form, whether or not that's irritating to my stomach or if I see any sort of tangible results, even if it's just increased hunger management. This week I think I'll do a what I eat in a day, just kind of show you guys what I default towards during the work week. And tonight I did, before I sign off, tonight I did cook. I did cancel my Every Plate subscription last week or the week before, although I would say it was a good service overall. It definitely was getting progressively worse every week. They used to be so careful when they would pack up the boxes. Everything would come fresh, everything would come, and recently I've been just finding that they've been missing ingredients, or they haven't put in the interior box that separates the produce from the lining and the ice packs, so it's been coming smushed like tomatoes and other soft vegetables. Forget the cilantro and herbs, those are completely mashed and mangled when they arrive. At $50 a box, it's just not worth it if it doesn't come fresh and like intact. So if it were the same product it was when I first started like over a year ago, fine, I would definitely keep it, but not anymore, not as it is. Customer service is very responsive. They were understanding. They tried to have me pause my subscription and maybe restart further down the line, but I want to give creating my own dinners and picking recipes from other sources and other sites and other things I've been wanting to try, like half-baked harvest recipes, incorporating more of a mindful strategy when cooking so that I have leftovers for myself through the week, or ingredients that I can repurpose for other meals. I know I sound like I'm getting out of breath, and it's not that I can't handle walking, it's just that it's so darn humid. It gets hot here in Savannah, but not like it does in other parts of the country where it's dry heat. It's just wet and humid. Storm's coming in. So I took one of those every plate meals that we really liked, but that they've kind of modified recently and gotten rid of some of the better ingredients, and I went and I got the ingredients myself at the grocery store and cooked it. So I'll insert a clip here. Made some crispy Caesar chicken. I'm gonna wrap it up here, especially because I'm not going to get any less sweaty. Thank you so much for watching. If you're enjoying my content, definitely hit like, subscribe, stay cool, and talk to you soon.